Tube wall thickness depends on the corrosiveness of the fluids and their operating pressure temperature and is specified by Birmingham wire gauge B.W.G, a number which varies from 8 to 18, with the numbers 14 and 16 being more commonly used. Outside diameter of tubes varies from about 15 to 50 mm. However, a tube of less than outside diameter is generally not recommended for fouling fluids. A16, B19, C28, D38. The correct answer is 19. Angled baffles are preferred in the agitation tank to control the swirling action if the viscosity of the liquid to be mixed is about 200 poise. However, the baffle may be completely eliminated for mixing liquids having viscoisty above poise. A300, B600, C1000, D1000 and 500. The correct answer is 600. Ratio of tube length to shell diameter for a shell and tube heat exchanger is A81 to 12:1 for both liquid and gas heat exchangers, B41 to 8:1 for liquid exchanger, C41 for gas exchangers, D both up C. The correct answer is both up C. The dust collection efficiency of a cyclone separator. A decreases with increase in gas flow rate. B is inversely proportional to the mass of the dust particle. C is directly proportional to the radius of the dust particle path. D none of these. The correct answer is none of these. In a shell and tube heat exchanger, the overall heat transfer coefficient is proportional to the tube side volumetric flow rate 0.8. This is valid only when the ratio of the tube side film resistance to the total resistance is almost equal to A. B1. C 20.8. D2. The correct answer is 1. Which of the following types of reactors is the safest from operation point of view? A. A vapor phase reactor. B. Pot type reactor. C. A liquid phase reactor. D. A liquid phase catalytic reactor. The correct answer is a vapor phase reactor. In a bag filter, the pressure drop increases directly as the A density of the gas but is independent of the viscosity of the gas. B density of the gas and inversely as viscosity of the gas. C viscosity of the gas and inversely as density of the gas. D none of these. The correct answer is density of the gas and inversely as viscosity of the gas. The LMTD correction factor FT is applied in heat exchangers. A 1-1 cocurrent. B double pipe. C all multipass. D all involving liquid heat transfer. The correct answer is all multipass. Movement of pipeline caused by thermal expansion is taken care by providing A. Expansion joint. B. Changes in its direction. C. Change in the shape of pipeline. D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. For a cylindrical shell subject to the thickness of uppermost course being more than the minimum for diaofthe tank in question, the thickness of the courses of shell A decreases upwards. B increases upwards. C remains same throughout. D may decrease or increase upwards depending upon whether vacuum or positive pressure would be maintained inside the shell. The correct answer is decreases upwards. In the design of a paddle agitator, the ratio is normally taken as A 0.1, B 0.8, C 0.25, D 0.5. The correct answer is 0.8. The design stress, which is more than the damaging stress, is the least unit stress that will render a member unfit for service before the end of its normal life. The design stress factor or factor of safety indicates the margin between design stress and the stress. A. Working. B. Damaging. C. Allowable. D. None of these. The correct answer is damaging. Hole diameter of the seive trace in the distillation column ranges from mm. A. L to 3. B. 4 to 8. C. 3 to 12.5. D. 12.5 to 18.5. The correct answer is 3 to 12.5. Factor of safety, i.e. overdesign factor in heat transfer equipments is about % more than the actual theoretical design factor. A. 5-10. B. 15-20. C. 30-35. D. 35-40. The correct answer is 15-20. In actual operation of distillation column, the vapour is not distributed uniformly among the bubble caps primarily because of the A. liquid gradient on the tray, B. lower skirt clearance, C. lower static submergence, D. small downcomer liquid seal. The correct answer is liquid gradient on the tray. The minimum shell thickness for tank 15 meters diameter is limited to mm for reasons of elastic stability. A. 2. B. 5. C. 10. D. 15. The correct answer is 5. If D is the inside diameter of the shell of a shell and tube heat exchanger, then the baffle spacing is usually in the range of A. D2 or minimum 2 to 5D. B. D5 or minimum 2 to 5D. C. D5 or minimum 2 to D. D. None of these. The correct answer is D5 or minimum 2 to 5D. Brass valves are usually made for pipe sizes inches. A1, B2, C2.5, D3.5. The correct answer is 2. At the following point for a given packing and set of fluids, the pressure drop per meter of packed height with variation in fluid rates and operating pressure. A. increases. B. decreases. C. remains same. D. may increase or decrease depending upon the solubility of the gas in the liquid. The correct answer is remains same. In a shell and tube heat exchanger triangular pitch arrangement as compared to square pitch arrangement, A. results in higher shell side pressure drop. B. can accommodate less number of tubes for a given shell diameter. C. facilitates easier shell side cleaning, hence is more suitable for handling high dirt factor shell side fluid. D. creates relatively lower turbulence on the shell side, resulting in lower shell side heat transfer coefficient. The correct answer is results in higher shell side pressure drop. Pick out the wrong statement about routing of fluids in a shell and tube heat exchanger. Other corrosive and fouling fluid should be preferably routed through the tubes. B. the viscous fluid should be routed through the shell side. C. lower flow rate fluid should be routed through the shell side. D. higher pressure fluid stream should be routed through the shell side. The correct answer is higher pressure fluid stream should be routed through the shell side. The necessary wall thickness for a metallic storage vessel is a function of the A. ultimate tensile strength or yield point of the material and operating temperature. B. operating pressure and welding joint efficiency. C. diameter of the vessel. D. all A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. In a multiple effect evaporator system having n effects, the amount of water evaporated per unit surface area in approximately equal to times that in a single effect. A. nth. B. 1 nth. C. 0.5 nth. D. 1.5 nth. The correct answer is 1 nth. Pick out the wrong statement. A. in a flanged and standard dished head, the crown radius is shell outside diameter. B. In a flanged and shallow dished head the crown radius is shell outside diameter. C. Flat head covers are most suitable for larger vessels operating at very high pressure. D. Flanged only head is a type of flat head in which gradual change in the shape at the center results in reduced local stresses. The correct answer is flat head covers are most suitable for larger vessels operating at very high pressure. Pick out the wrong statement pertaining to the design of a horizontal tube evaporator. A. It is unsuitable for concentrating those liquids which form a scale or deposit salt. B. It is suitable for process in which the final product is a liquor instead of solid. C. Its usual dimensions are tube dia 2-3 cms, evaporator body dia 1-4 meters and evaporator height 2.54 meters. D. Liquor flows inside the tube while the steam is outside submerging the tube. The correct answer is liquor flows inside the tube while the steam is outside submerging the tube. Weep holes provided in the plates of a distillation column. A. Facilitate draining out liquid from a tray when the unit is not in operation. B. Are normally located near the overflow weir so that any delivery of liquid during operation follows approximately the same path as the overflow fluid. C. Must be large enough, usually 1/4 to 5/8 dia, to prevent plugging but should not deliver excessive amount of fluid during operation. D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. Steam is preferred to be used as a heating medium in heat exchangers because of its A. Low cost, B. High latent heat, C. Non-corrosive condensate, D. High film coefficient. The correct answer is high latent heat. Shaped roof is the most commonly used roof for cylindrical storage tanks. A. Conical, B. Flat, C. Dome, D. Umbrella. The correct answer is conical. Pick out the wrong statement pertaining to Horton sphere used for the storage of liquid ammonia. A. Diameter of Horton sphere is normally 6 to 25 meters and it is supported by 6 to 12 numbers. Tubular or rolled section column. B. Thickness of spherical shell is half that of the cylindrical vessel under same operating pressure condition. Besides, the ratio of surface area to volume is less for sphere than any other shape, hence insulation required is less. C. Horton sphere is used for the storage of gases and volatile liquid at a moderate pressure of 1 to 10 kg cm2. D. Horton sphere is used for the storage of liquid at sub-zero temperature at very high pressure up to 200 kg cm2. The correct answer is Horton sphere is used for the storage of liquid at sub-zero temperature at very high pressure up to 200 kg cm2. Value of Peclet number is the representative of A. Laminar flow, B. Complete back mixing, C. Plug flow, D. Eddy diffusivity 0. The correct answer is plug flow. For a T used as elbow entering branch would be A. Less than that for T used as elbow entering run, B. More than that for T used as elbow entering run, C. Around 90, D. Both B and C. The correct answer is both B and C. In most of the shell and tube heat exchangers, the tube pitch is generally the tube diameter. A. Less than, B. 1.25 1.50 times, C. 2.5 times, D. 1/4 of. The correct answer is 1.25 1.50 times. In a distillation column, bubble caps are located on trays with a pitch of times the outside diameter of the caps. A. 1.3 to 2, B. 1.6 to 2, C. 2.5, D. 1.5 to 3. The correct answer is 1.3 to 2. 1.2 to 3.8 cms is the value of the A. downcomer liquid seal in case of a balanced tray design. B. static submergence in case of a bubble cap tray for column operating under pressure 1 atm. C. skirt clearance for bubble caps. D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. Accidents in chemical plants are mostly due to A. inadequate equipment design. B. faulty operating procedures. C. improper layout of the equipments. D. failure of equipments. The correct answer is faulty operating procedures. For identical operating conditions, the pressure drop over tray is the highest out of the following: A. sieve. B. valve. C. counterflow. D. bubble cap. The correct answer is bubble cap. A perforated plate has holes of diameter dn arranged in a pitch pH. Each hole has a tube of ID dt passing through it. The ligament efficiency is given by A. pH dH pH. B. pH dH. dt2 pH. C. pH dt pH. D. pH dH dH. The correct answer is pH dt pH. Is the determining factor for the number of bubble caps to be used per tray. A. permissible slot velocity. B. tray diameter. C. liquid load. D. vapor load. The correct answer is permissible slot velocity. Pick out the wrong statement about distillation operation. A. distillation under vacuum is a substitute for steam distillation. B. in differential simple distillation, the vapour is removed as soon as it is formed without appreciable condensation. C. in flash equilibrium distillation, a definite fraction of liquid is vaporized in such a way that the evolved vapor residual liquids are in equilibrium with each other. D. flash distillation, differential distillation, steam distillation are all continuous distillation processes. The correct answer is flash distillation, differential distillation, steam distillation are all continuous distillation processes. Low pressure steam with saturation temperature between 105 to 120 C is usually used in the vacuum evaporators, which normally employ a vacuum of about mmHg, referred to a 760 mm mercury barometer. A. 250. B. 450. C. 650. D. 750. The correct answer is 650. Which of the following is the best tube material from thermal conductivity point of view alone? A. aluminium. B. stainless steel. C. copper. D. carbon steel. The correct answer is copper. Normal screwed fittings are used for pipes up to a diameter of inches. A. 1.5. B. 3. C. 5. D. 7. The correct answer is 3. In a shell and tube heat exchanger, the clearance of the tube is generally A. not less than 1/4 of the tube diameter or 3/16. B. more than the tube diameter. C. equal to the tube diameter. D. more in case of triangular pitch as compared to the square pitch tube layout. The correct answer is not less than 1/4 of the tube diameter or 3/16. Diameter of the seive tray column is determined by the A. lower limit of vapor velocity. B. upper limit of the vapor velocity. C. hole diameter of the seive tray. D. height of the plate spacing. The correct answer is upper limit of the vapor velocity. For a given fluid, as the pipe diameter increases, the pumping cost A. decreases. B. increases. C. remains unaffected. D. may increase or decrease depending upon whether the fluid is Newtonian or non-Newtonian. The correct answer is decreases. Maximum acceptable total liquid gradient over a tray is about mm. A 5.5, B 12.5, C 30.5, D 45.5. The correct answer is 12.5. In case of a thin pressure vessel, the ratio of its diameter to wall thickness is A 10, B 10, C 20, D 30. The correct answer is 10. High pressure fluid in a shell and tube heat exchanger should preferably be routed through the A tubes to avoid the expansion of high pressure shell construction. B shell side for smaller total pressure drop. C shell side if the flow is countercurrent and tube side if the flow is co-current. D shell side for large overall heat transfer coefficient. The correct answer is tubes to avoid the expansion of high pressure shell construction. Bubble cap tray is the most commonly used tray in large distillation column because A of its flexibility and nearly constant efficiency under varying conditions of operation. B it incurs less pressure drop as compared to any other tray designed for the same duty. C it eliminates the foaming and entrainment tendency during operation. D none of these. The correct answer is of its flexibility and nearly constant efficiency under varying conditions of operation.